Here we go again. Robinhood is sending me warnings about my margin status, showing I have an account deficit and I'm subject to a margin call. Stay tuned and I'll give you the details. I'm on the hunt for an infinite stream of dividend income, and I'm trying to turn $1,000 of Robinhood's money into $1,000 of my money. But remember, nothing said here today is investing, financial, legal, tax, or any other kind of advice. You need to do your own research for your investments. Let's get started. I first noticed this warning on Friday evening, and as of Saturday, it's remained the same. I have an account deficit of $963.45, which represents the amount of margin I have outstanding. But I'm a little confused by this number. If we scroll up, you can see I have a $2,001 balance. This represents the value of the equities that I own outright, adjusted by the losses of the ETFs I've taken out on margin. If we scroll through the line, it never crosses below $2,000. If we go back and look at the week, again, I don't see where it goes below $2,000. If we take a look at my margin investing details, there's a message here that says I need at least $2,000 in my account to access margin investing, and that I need to deposit $8.54 or more. Well, considering that my account is currently at $2,001, I'm not sure what's going on here. And I think I'll probably have to wait till Monday morning to see what's happening. Perhaps my account value dropped below $2,000 at some point, triggering this margin call warning, and it won't reset again until Monday. Of course, this won't matter at all if the market ends up red on Monday, and my account value will easily drop below $2,000. This was a rough end of the week. You can see that the account was up to about maybe $2,000, almost $50 at some point during the week, before dropping off precipitously at the end, flatlining here at about $2,000. Blocks had a particularly bad Friday. Cryptocurrency as a whole sank, and so did blocks, dropping almost 7% in a day, and down 11% for the week. Here's a look at NVYY, down 3% for the day, and over 6% for the week. Chippy was down about 2% on Friday, and almost 5% for the week. SPY was down 1.69% on Friday, and almost 3% for the week. Finally, PAAA. It was about flat on Friday, as expected, and on the week, it was up a tiny bit. So once again, it was doing its job. All the other ETFs are what's hurting the portfolio. Turning to dividends, NVYY paid me an even 23 cents per share this week for a total of $2.67. $1.34 of that was reinvested into SPY, and the other half is sitting in buying power, which I can't access right now due to the margin call issue. This is about an 81% annualized yield. Blocks paid me 94 cents, 10.61 cents per share, and half of that dividend was reinvested into SPY. The remaining 47 cents is too little to reinvest yet, and this keeps Blocks at around its 36% annual yield. Chippy also paid me this week 49 cents per share, which works out to about a 45% annualized yield, and I was able to reinvest all of the dividends. I had this 54 cents left over from last week, so I was able to combine it with this week's dividend to reinvest $1.23. So if we take a look at the total return summary, it is not pretty. The three current ultra-high yield ETFs are down 57%, and the portfolio as a whole is down about 39%. I really feel like I'm at a crossroads here. If the market's green on Monday, my value should recover and the margin call issue should go away. However, I would still be at the razor's edge. If the market's red on Monday, I'm going to be subject to a margin call, and I believe this will be the third time this has happened, at which point I've got to decide, do I add another share or two of PAAA, or do I determine the experiment was a failure and just close everything out? At this point, I'm really not sure what I should do. If we take a look at the PAAA investing log, you can see I initially put in about $2,050 worth. I transferred in another $102. That was 2 shares. Then in November, I transferred in another 2 shares worth $102. Add that to the dividends I've reinvested, and you can see my cost basis is $2,329. So let me know in the comments, do you think I should throw in the towel, or do you think I should add more PAAA shares to shore up my foundation fund? If you found this video entertaining or helpful, please like and subscribe. I definitely would appreciate it. And remember, none of this is financial, investing, or any other kind of advice. I am not a financial professional. I'm just a random guy on the internet. And if you'd like to learn more about my small account margin strategy, check out the first 5 videos in the series. Good luck hunting those infinite dividends. Take care.